In Illuvium, you'll play as a hunter. You'll catch Illuvials, gather resources, and battle. Stick around to find the roles of the hunter. My name is Najaf, and I'm a professional hunter. Like all of you, I crash landed here in Illuvium with nothing. Join me on my journey as I capture and train Illuvials as I battle my way to the top. You're watching Najaf Plays Journey Through Illuvium. Notice how in the intro I said you'd play as a hunter, not the hunter. In this game, you're nothing special. You're just one of millions on a giant ship that crash landed in Illuvium. But that doesn't mean you can't make a name for yourself. In this video, I'm going to focus on the hunter's role in battle. This will apply to fighting wild Illuvials, as well as the player versus player aspect of the game. So we're going to be looking at the weapons, gear, and synergies for the hunter. So as you can see in this leak, there are different hunters, and each have one affinity in one class. So as it stands right now, it looks like you'll have an option of a female or male hunter. And you can see in this leak that this first hunter is Earth and Fighter, and then we have Earth and Empath, and Earth and Scion. This is confirming that the hunter itself will have one affinity in one class. So if each hunter has one affinity in one class, that means there's going to be a total of 25 different combinations. What it looks like is there will be one weapon tied to the 5 classes of Fighter, Bulwark, Rogue, Scion, and Empath. You can see I have a number of different weapons shown here. A lot of these on the Discord were labeled as concepts, and it's unclear which weapons are tied to which class. So just think of these 5 over here as placeholders right now. But what you'll see is that whatever weapon is for Fighter, there will be an air version, a nature version, fire version, an earth version, and a water version. And then you could go down the list for any of these other ones. So whatever weapon is tied to the rogue will also have an air, nature, fire, earth, and water. So I'm adding this in after the initial recording. I came across this on Discord. It looks like there will be 3 different styles of weapons for each class, which means there will be a total of 15 different styles of weapons. So here's a video that shows a lot of what I'm talking about here. You can see the 5 different hunters, and you can see some of the weapon damage that's going on here. So you can see over here, there'll be a lot of splash damage. You have a couple of these that have some range, more of a shield weapon, and this will be close combat. In each of these, you can see with the colors of the 5 affinities. Okay, so we know that there are 25 different combinations for hunter weapons. Let's see what this means for synergies. So getting into synergies the same as Illuvials will. The base affinities stack with 3, 6, and 9. So you can see all throughout here is 3, 6, and 9. So what's going to be important is that if your alluvial layout has, let's say, 5 air stacks, if you give your hunter an air weapon, then that could boost that stack to 6. So you get the next stack's synergies. And just like Illuvials, and you can theorize which affinities and classes might work best together. So a couple that I've found here is you could match up air in Fighter, and air will help you gain additional agility, while Fighter will, every 5 attacks, the Illuvial will deal extra damage. So basically you're getting a little bit of defense here with your agility and not getting hit as much, so then you can go on the offensive side and hit a little harder. Another combination that I think might work great would be water and Scion. So with the water, you're gonna gain additional energy regen, and with the Scion, you're going to gain extra Omega power. So the water will help you regain that energy in order to get your Omega, and then your Omega will hit harder. So I have a lot going on this page. So back to what we talked before. For the synergies, each hunter will have 1 affinity stack and 1 class stack. Also, as pointed out before, for the base affinities and classes, each stack is 3, 6, and 9. So for this top one here, in order to get the 15 agility, you will need 3 stacks of that affinity. If you have 4 or 5 stacks, you're still only getting this 15 agility, but once you break to the 6 stacks, then you get that 35. So one role your hunter could have, if your Illuvials are adding up to 8 stacks, but you want that 60 agility, then you can use the weapon and affinity type to get that 9th stack and get the 60 agility. Another thing I want to point out is that the lights around these affinities and classes are meant to show the stacks of synergy, but these are from earlier leaks, and I think things have changed a little bit. For example, you can see in an earlier leak, the fighter shows that you would only need 2 stacks to complete that synergy. And then in a later leak, you can see here that there are 6 spots to stack for the fighter synergies. But then on top of that, you can now see that all base affinities and classes reach their stacks with 3, 6, and 9. So I believe all 5 of your affinities and all 5 of your classes are going to end up having 9 slots around the image, which will show whether you're reaching the 3 stacks, 6, or 9. When you get into a battle, I'd guess that this is the screen that will be showing up. Again, I'm not sure that all of these numbers are accurate in this picture, but this could help you in choosing which weapon you want to use for your hunter. So for example, if this was true and you only needed 2 stacks for a fighter, you could choose a weapon for your hunter that will give another stack to the fighter synergy. So after my initial recording, there was a new drop in the Discord. This is going to confirm my thoughts. As you can see in this photo, there's a Scoriox on the field and the hunter. The Scoriox is a Magma, which is Earth and Fire, and Arcanite, which is Fire and Scion. So you can see I crossed those out on the left side, and what is left is 1 stack of Earth and 1 stack of Empath. So that's going to be what the hunter is. Here's another video of the equipment setup for your hunter. You can see you can change the helmet, and you will get different move speeds, and you can change skins and move speeds and even swag. And this is also where you'll be changing your weapons. So it does look like some equipment is going to give you different statistics, but also I believe some of them will just be cosmetic. But this is just a nice little representation of what it's going to look like to customize your hunter. These videos take more time than you think to research, film, and edit. If you recognize the effort and want to help out the channel, please like this video and consider subscribing to the channel. As always, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.